Hey guys, we are back with the 1996 Kawasaki Vulcan 500. Now, this is going to be video 2, and I think today we'll address the problem of the speedometer not working. So it didn't take me long to discover the cause of the speedometer not working was actually there is no speedometer cable at all. And then if we follow it down here to the speedometer drive gear, yeah, that's obviously not good. So today we're gonna go ahead and remove that jam bolt, loosen this axle nut, pull that axle, take the wheel off so we can get to the speedometer drive. I have a brand new speedometer drive, brand new cable, and let's see if we can get the speedometer working today. First things first, get her on the lift. Okay, so we've got the bike on the lift, as you can see here, or motorcycle jack if you prefer. So we will go ahead and remove the axle nut on this side. This is a 19mm. I did crack this loose off camera just to make sure it was gonna go smoothly. I want to have a 27-hour long video. And then the keeper bolt on the other side is a 8mm hex. Not sure if that'll be keyed all the way through the axle, which I doubt. I think it's just applies clamping pressure to the axle. Or so I believe. Yeah. Alright, we'll pull the axle out of here. Check for any washers. One many out there. Get the wheel out of here. I have to bring the bike up just a hair. Alright. Roll this out of here. And this is really what we're after right here. Yeah. That's not good. So it looks like down in there, inside of the wheel, there's like a little cuff for the driver. Get you guys out of here so you can see. This little driver here that turns that speedometer drive gear. So, yeah, get back with the new one. Alright, so this is what we've got going on here. Our old broken drive. Here's a used speedometer drive that I sourced off eBay. We've got a brand new speedometer cable. But before we go ahead and put all that stuff together, you know, it's a lot easier to just clean this wheel while we've got it off rather than, you know, crouching down, roll the bike forward, clean it, you know. We'll eventually have to do that anyway, but while we've got it off, why not clean it? So when it comes to cleaning, I have no sponsors on my channel at all. No product sponsors, no manufacturer sponsors. I buy every product with my own cash that I worked for, you know. So the things I buy, I try to tend to get things that are economical but extremely useful. And this product here is one of them. It's just called Simple Green all-purpose cleaner. You know, I've used this thing on everything from white wall tires to greasy engine blocks to all kinds of stuff. And it excels. It really does. It cuts through the grease. It doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell toxic and all that. It doesn't have fumes to burn your eyes or anything. But yeah, Simple Green. So we'll go ahead and spray a little on here and let her set just for a minute and then It smells good, actually. I don't know what it smells like. Wintergreen or something, maybe? I don't know. There's a little teeny specks of rust stain. Oh, it's coming off, actually, on this wheel. This bike sat for probably since 2019, so that would be what, 4 years before I bought it. Rescued it, I'll say. Somebody had this, and it's one of those, well, I'm gonna fix it someday. And I drove past it probably 4 or 5 times. And then one day I stopped and talked to the guy, and not only did he sell me this, actually he had a wheeler in his backyard. He tried to sell me that too, but I didn't take the wheeler. I might go back and check that out though. Maybe in a future video. But yeah. No big secret as to how you clean a motorcycle wheel. It is kind of cold today, so this stuff is actually freezing on ever so slightly. It's about 25 degrees, I'd say. Here this morning in upstate New York on the, what is it, the 6th day of March. Come on, hurry up there, spring. Anyway, yeah, I'll finish cleaning the wheel after. You guys don't want to watch me scrub that thing. So this is where the speedometer drive goes. This little cuff here actually has notches in it to where the drive would stay stationary. Obviously the wheel would spin and spin the driver, and which would in turn spin the cable, which would in turn lift the needle of the speedometer. Crash course on how that works. What I like to do is, well, we'll clean this out a little bit first, and then we'll add some fresh grease in there. It's probably not mandatory, but you probably don't need a whole lot, but there is bearings inside of there, and any barrier that you can put between your bearings and moisture is probably not a bad thing. So just get a little in there. See if we can smooth that around in there. Okay. And then in true excessive fashion, throw a little grease on this too. Because there is a sealed bearing in there. Well, I don't know if it's sealed, but there is a bearing in there. Throw a little grease on there. There. Make sure she's all the way down there. Wipe off some of our excess so we're not just collecting dirt here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish cleaning this wheel up a little bit. We've got some cobwebs and crap down here. And then see you guys back when we put this baby back on. Alright, we'll clean the tire up a little bit. And then we're getting ready to install it. You'll notice here on the speedometer drive gear that there's this little protrusion here. And that actually fits right into this little notch on your fork. And that's what's going to hold your speedometer driver stationary to where it'll pick up. So go ahead and try to get this on. Gotta put the brake rotor in between the pads and get that protrusion in the fork. Kind of get it all up on there. Okay. Alright. I did apply grease to the axle. Slide that through a bit here. And there's a spacer right here that I didn't notice came out before, but I seen it after. Oh, you know what? I've got to let that back down again. Got to get that spacer on there before lifting it up. Alright. Well, it goes this way. Alright. We'll get the spacer in there. Set the axle rod back so she's just hanging. Try it again. Put the disc in there. Well, rather than watch me struggle, I'll get back with you when this is done. Okay, so the wheel is on, axle is completely secured, the jam bolt is tightened, and the axle nut is also tightened. Spacer is in there, everything got greased, speedometer driver is in there. This protrusion is locked into this divot in the fork to hold the pickup stationary. Okay, next thing is the speedometer cable. So on this bike, obviously the speedometer is here on the gas tank, held on by this machine screw here, and then it just holds on to this nut, and you can see where the back of where the cable goes in there in one end to drive your speedometer and your odometer. And then we've got to snake it down this cavity here. There you can see daylight right there. That's probably the route we'll end up taking. And secure it to the frame. Oh, well, actually to the forks. We'll have to fish it through there and find the best path for it and get it down there to the pickup. Okay? So, we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, we're back. We've got the speedometer cable all attached. It does have two, here I'll be Captain Obvious here, it has two different ends. One end only fits into the driver, one end only fits into the speedometer. Well, we've had it routed up there through the frame, between the little nook and the cavity of the gas tank where the speedometer attaches to. Or, yeah, speedometer dash cluster. So, yeah, that's all attached, and it's really all mechanical, so there's no reason at all why that wouldn't work. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of the wrong day to test it today. Not going to be riding bikes today here in upstate New York. But we can still get them going, right? So, yeah. With this bike, we've done an oil change, cleaned the carbs, put a new battery in it to get it running. New speedometer drive, new speedometer cable. And really just freshened it up. But I'm going to clean this bike up. Then we're going to have one final look at it. And I'm going to post it for sale. If anybody out there in YouTube world wants this bike, let's make this. This is March 6, 2023. So within a reasonable amount of time, if anybody wants this bike, I'm going to list it for sale for, say, $1,800. Kawasaki, 1996 Kawasaki Vulcan 500. It's a real good running bike, no issues. It could use tires just because they're weathered. This bike sat for a little bit before I got it, but yeah, we'll get her cleaned up and have one final look. Alright, there she is. Kawasaki 500. This is only a two-part series, and I guess we're pretty much done. I did list this for sale. There's been a few responses. A couple of the guys kind of sounded serious about it. Bike is in real good shape. 16,000 miles. Runs real good. Yeah, actually thankful for the sun today, so now we can kind of show off I don't know how well it'll show up. It's like a midnight purple. It's almost black until the sun hits it. And there's like a metallic purple to it. Yeah, well, there's the 1996 Kawasaki Vulcan 500 Revival. Yeah, this bike's off to find its new owner. And if you guys like these kind of videos, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And if you like my other videos on the channel, air gun videos and things like that, and the small engines things, you know, please consider subscribing to my channel. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and it'll really help me out, you know. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day.